numbers are lease op numbers. This is not company numbers. You're not going to come out here and be a company trainer and make these type of numbers where you're on demand, on call 168 hours a week. So 7 days, 24 hours a day. Having a piece of plastic in your pocket is not going to mean that you can actually drive a truck. You can actually perform the task safely and efficiently. Having a piece of plastic just means you're legal to do so. Welcome back, Fr8 Nation. Fr8's back again with another video. Guys, we got about 900 miles to run. I got about 21 hours to do it in, me and Mama do. We're headed up to Eagan, Minnesota. Pulled a load out of Adairsville, Georgia. And so we're about 940 miles. We've got 21 hours to do it in, so I figured why not go ahead and throw a video up. Being a team operation, it's tough, man, to fit in, this YouTube stuff. It's very frustrating sometimes because I want to bring you guys a bunch of videos, man, but real life will always take precedent over this YouTube stuff. So me and Ains trying to figure out time to spend together, and daily operations with the truck, you can't always have a camera in your hand. So I wish it was a little bit different. I could carry a camera around all the time, but there's certain things that don't need to be posted on YouTube. So, but I did have a comment, and I had another buddy of mine, I'll throw some clips in here about training as well. But Matthew Williamson 04 left a comment on one of my videos, and he says, "Hello, sir. Is it true a trainer can make $5,000 to $8,000 a week, or am I misunderstood?" And I replied to him, "Sounds like a good video." I gotta tell you guys something. Prime has so many avenues that you can be successful with them, and we're going to talk. There's a lot of great things about Prime. There's a lot of things that I cannot stand, and I'm about to bring up one of those in this video. They have a training program. By far, from what I have experienced in my own training days when I was being trained to get my CDL at a private tech school, or community tech school, excuse me, it wasn't private, it was a community tech college, and but it was another whole different program. And from what I have seen advertised, these 3 to 4 day classes where you pay them $3,500, $5,000, you get your CDL in 3 to 4 days. Prime's training program, hands down, the best. It's very, and a lot of people complain about the length of it. You have a 2-week PSD phase, which is a Prime student driver phase. That 2 weeks minimum, you're getting your CDL. After the 2 weeks, you have 30 to 50,000 miles of what they call TNT, like time and training. That is where you get your experience on the road while being guided by somebody, even though you have your own CDL. Having a piece of plastic in your pocket is not going to mean that you can actually drive a truck. You can actually perform the task safely and efficiently. Having a piece of plastic just means you're legal to do so. So guys, I hear guys all the time, I got my CDL, guys, believe me, we're learning every single day. I've been out here 10 years, still learning every single day. It never stops. So, and I've said this time and time again, the day that you think you're done learning is the day that you need to hang it up. Prime's training program, though, it works 2 ways. You can come into Prime and get your CDL, or you could train drivers to get their CDL and their miles and their experience through the training program as a instructor/trainer. If you are an instructor only, you are doing the PSD side, which is helping drivers to get their CDL. If you are just a trainer, you are doing just the TNT side, which is basically the quote-unquote team operation, where you are just helping them get the experience and the miles. Now, guys, don't get this twisted. People are saying, well, you're not a team truck, you're not a team truck. Technically, on paper, you are. Each driver has their own logs. The truck has the capability to run 2 shifts, 2 logs, okay? So when you're in TNT, when you're in PSD, the instructor and the student are on the clock at the same time. So if the student is driving, the instructor is on duty. If the student is on duty, the instructor is on duty. So their clocks are supposed to mirror each other. So 2 clocks merged into 1 for PSD. TNT, each driver has their own clock. So I've had guys tell me that the PSD side, you know, I'm just trainers, and in my opinion, this is a terrible way to look at things. PSD side, I'm just here to get these guys their CDL. That's all I need to teach them. And they don't let them touch their logs. They don't let them back. They don't hardly let them drive other than just the road course that they're going to test out on, which is not set in stone because we don't know where the examiner is going to take them. We just have a roundabout idea around Springfield where to take them to drive them around. But all that's up in the air. The examiner could say, hey, just take 44, let's go down 65 south, and let's go towards Branson and then come back. You don't know what they're going to do. But we can only prepare those guys the best that we can prepare them. But if you're a trainer, a PSD instructor, and you're telling that guy all you need to worry about is getting your CDL, well, you're really not doing him any favors, because if he can't even log his own logs or log into the truck, well, he cannot perform the job at hand. So he's not ready for TNT. So guys, I make no mistake, after training with Prime since 2018, I will not TNT a person unless I PSD'd them first. The only exception to that rule is one condition: if I have somebody that I trust that is a PSD instructor that has already vetted them and got them their CDL, and they need me to do a favor for them, help them out, and train them for them TNT wise. Guys, it's a great networking community. You make some really good contacts here at Prime. Trucking in general is one of the best things about trucking is networking. But make no mistake, PSD instructors, you need to be doing more than just helping your student get a piece of plastic. That, in my opinion, is just a terrible way to look at things. Same thing with the TNT guys. The TNT guys just train just for the extra money, just trying to get the expedited freight rates, the team rates, stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, when somebody, unless you have PSD'd that person correctly, and when I say correctly, in my opinion, PSDing them correctly is them being in the seat for the entire 2 weeks. When my guys get on the truck and I'm PSDing them and they are starting their journey with me, I tell them there's only two conditions where you should not be in this seat. Number one, you're tired, which is unacceptable because we're stopping with plenty of time to get our rest every day. I'm getting the same rest break you are. Number two, you feel unsafe, which is understandable. This whole thing is new. This whole scenario is new, guys. It takes a lot of time to get acclimated to these trucks, get acclimated to this road, get acclimated to the lifestyle. And that's really what this training program is all about. Holding this steering wheel right now is the easiest thing you're ever going to do. It's when you get into Chicago, when you get into New York, the Bronx, Brooklyn, when you get into downtown LA and you're having to back in off a street, blindside, and you got to keep your nerves about yourself with traffic waiting on you, honking the horns, drivers yelling at you. Could be at a truck stop, could be anywhere. So guys, this is a huge transition for somebody coming in from just what you would say a regular 9-to-5 job, coming into this where you're on demand, on call 168 hours a week. So 7 days, 24 hours a day. So as a trainer, it's your responsibility, and once again, my opinion, it's your responsibility, and this is how I view it, to make them the safest, most efficient, most profitable operator out there. My goal is to make the guys I train better than me. That's my goal, and that's not really hard to do because I'm not anything special. But that's the ultimate goal, because you guys got to realize something. That guy, in a few months, he's going to be next to you driving down the road. He's going to be next to your family driving down the road. He's going to be next to your friends driving down the road. There's a possibility, and your name is carried on with him throughout his entire career. So if you're going to step in and do his mile one, what I call his mile one, starting from the beginning with somebody, do it the right way. Don't half-ass anything, whole-ass everything, because these guys don't need false guidance. They don't need the egos. They don't need the arrogance. Don't teach them to be, the worst trucker they could possibly be. And obviously, too, the energy in the cab. You guys, if I'm training somebody from the ground up and I just have the worst attitude, I'm always angry, I'm bitter, I hate everything about my day every day. And this guy's going to look at me and he's like, man, this guy's been out here 10 years. He hates his life. Why would I want to keep doing this? This is one of these things, guys, you really got to look and say, hey, I need to be a leading example, And so as far as the question goes, Matt, can trainers make $5,000 to $8,000 a week? Yes, and more. I've had times where I've made less than the trainee just because things have happened. I've had my truck break down. I've had 2 loads cancel. I've had one shipper hold us up for 24 hours or more that we weren't expecting. You never know. The variables in trucking, every day is like a new challenge. You have a new set of variables to overcome. You never know what's going to happen. The one thing that I don't, and I told you guys earlier that I don't agree with Prime being a trainer at Prime is, as a trainer, especially a lease op. Now these numbers are lease op numbers. This is not company numbers. You're not going to come out here and be a company trainer and make these type of numbers. That's just unrealistic. But as a lease op, not a company operator, a lease operator or owner operator here at Prime, when you train their drivers, okay, the PSD phase, you're not training. Okay, you're not paying for that driver. You're actually getting paid. So I'll throw up some slides here. We'll kind of go through it real quick. But during the PSD phase, you are getting paid a bonus every week to have them on your truck. And then when they test out, you get a bonus. Now, if they test out all three parts of the test, the pre-trip, the backing, and the road test, all at once, you get a really good bonus. If they don't, you only get a bonus for the ones that they actually tested out on the first time. So, and the trainees, the students also get a bonus as well. So we're going to go through this weigh station real quick and see what this is all about. I am pretty heavy. We were just about max weight, so hoping I lost a little bit of fuel might have helped out a little bit. But when you're TNT, you're actually paying. When you're TNTing these students, you're actually paying them. So you are doing Prime a service by training their next generation of driver. Let's see what happens. Oh, get the bypass. All right, cool deal, I'm down. You're training their next generation of driver, and you're footing all the costs for your truck, your operation. You have no guarantees on revenue. Okay, and you have to pay this guy. Not only their $900 a week guarantee, you're paying their FICA, their SUTA, their wellness, all their employer side of their taxes, all this stuff you're on the hook for as a TNT trainer. So this is one thing that I've never agreed with Prime about, and I'm not saying that this is it's terrible, but I will say that I don't agree with it. I think if it'd be different if they offered a guarantee, and this is something that I pushed in the DAB when I was on driver advisory board for the 3 years on the driver advisory board. I pushed for a guarantee for the lease op trainers, the TNT trainers, because you don't know. Some weeks you'll do solo revenue. I mean, it's just the way it falls, and then you're still stuck paying this guy, the $900 a week plus all the extras, the taxes and all that stuff, and it goes the same thing with as a company driver. If you guys hire a company driver on your truck to team with you, you pay everything as well. So they're only Prime company on paper, and when it benefits Prime, but it's up to the lease op to pay their entire salary, their entire wages, so taxes and everything. Guys, I really don't agree with that at all. If Prime gave its operators a guarantee, if it said, hey, we'll split it down the middle, half and half, and you get the guarantee, that would make more sense to me. But for some reason, they decide that the lease ops need to pay the trainees, and I don't understand that at all. But I will say this, Prime, being that they control the freight, they're all their contract freight, and when I say control the freight, they're going to tell you have an option. This is something else that I really don't agree with. They're going to tell you have an option on your loads, okay? You have an option to say no. Ultimately, you're at their freight network's mercy. So if you say no, you could sit for 6 hours, 8 hours, 2 hours. You don't know how long you would sit. So this is just the God's honest truth. This is just the way it is. It's not right. I don't agree with that. I think there should be a vetting process. I think that if you were, and I'm not trying to get too much off topic off of training, but I think that if you have been with Prime for X amount of years, you've proven yourself, no service failures, no nothing, you're a safe driver, they should turn you loose. I mean, my wife and I have completed 2 leases, a partial lease. We've bought a truck. We've been here. We're in our 10th year. Like, we should be cut loose. Like, we obviously know what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? There should be no reason that we should have to wait for somebody to dispatch us, or we should have to ask to work the way we want to work. I don't agree with that at all. But back to the training part of it, guys, you can make that type of money. Matthew, if that was your ultimate question, you can make that type of money, but it's just like anything else, guys. It's the same thing that I've said from the get-go. You're going to get out of the asphalt what you put on it. If you guys come out here and you're always wanting to do a 34 and you're always wanting to stop for 2 or 3 days and you're always wanting to go home, guys, you're not going to make the good money. That's all there is to it. You can't, the whole reason that the good money exists out here is because you're sacrificing 168 hours of your life every single week from your family, your loved ones, your relationships, your hobbies, your interests, your friends at home, anything that is within your normal life at home, you're sacrificing that to be out here. So my advice to you guys is if you're coming out here into trucking and you're wanting to go trucking, do your research first. Don't just watch this channel, do your research, okay? Find out what it's gonna take from you. Find out if your family is gonna be supportive. Guys, you have to have a supportive family. This is not going to work with a wife who is going to be jealous of you. She's worried about you all the time. It's not going to work. Guys, if you don't have 100% support at home, your wife and your kids are sacrificing just as much as you are. You know, and it's a team effort thing. If my wife wasn't on board with me with this, I wouldn't be out here. There's no way, because she's more important than this job. She's more important than this money. And guys, some people just aren't cut out for trucking. Some scenarios just aren't cut out for trucking, and that's okay. You're not a failure if it doesn't work for you. It just means trucking doesn't work for you. That's all it means. It has nothing to do with you personally. You guys, you can't take that personally. And some people just can't get out here and they just can't drive. You know, I have a guy recently that I had to take back to the terminal before me and Angel started teaming these last couple months. He just thought that he had it in his mind the training was supposed to go one way, and Prime's training program wasn't meeting his expectations. So he just stopped driving. He said, I need to go back to the terminal. I feel like I need to be at the terminal for a couple months, and then when I feel ready, I should go out on the road. And I said, that's not how it works, man. I said, you gotta understand, thousands of people come through this training program and succeed. You're telling them that you can't use their program to succeed, is basically what you're telling them. And you have a better idea of how to train yourself. I said, if you could train yourself, you wouldn't be here at Prime. So you can't, you guys, you either need to go with the system, go with the flow, or it might not be for you. And that's what I told him. I said, you know, have you ever thought that trucking is just not for you? And it's okay. It's nothing, there's nothing bad about it, guys. I mean, I can't be a doctor, okay? Not because I don't have the mental capability of it. I don't have the stomach for it. I can't, if I get around somebody throwing up, I'll throw up. You know, if I get much less blood and guts and, you know, gore, I can't do that stuff. I can't be a homicide detective. I can't go see that stuff. I mean, I'll throw up everywhere. So there's certain things that I can't do, and that's just the way it is. And it's okay. So Matthew, to answer your question, yes, you can make that type of money and more. When times are good out here, guys, like they are right now, it's boom, 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 boom. I mean, teaming, training, get all you can get. And that's another thing. Take your home time in the slow times. Like, guys, plan your home time correctly. Don't go home when it's good, man. I'm telling you. It's like fishing. There's a season for fishing. There's a season for trucking. You got to remember that. So when it gets to be the winter months after Thanksgiving, things start slowing down a little bit. You know, after Christmas, man, it's dead. Like, bro, take your home time from Christmas to after the new year. You know, if you want to take a month off, 2 months off, do it then. Don't do it in the middle of summer during produce season. Don't do it at the beginning of fall during the holiday season. Don't, you know, you gotta time it out, these cycles, because it's really, really important. But the money for training is here, guys. Prime, even though they control the freight and they ultimately have the ultimate say-so on what's available and what's not available to you, and you can't cherry pick and hand pick your loads, they are very good about distributing the revenue among the operators. I don't have any complaints. Like, sometimes I have to turn stuff down. Me and Angel one time, and I'm not proud of this, I'm not bragging about it, but we had to turn down 11 loads in a row, like 11 in a row. Like, it was just, they were just taking stuff and throwing it at the wall to see if it would stick, you know, and I've had to do the same thing, 6 or 7 loads as a trainer. And I explained to my trainees the whole time why I'm denying these loads. I don't just say, man, F that load, you know, and just kick it back. No, I say, hey man, look, this is where we're at in the week. This is where the truck's sitting at revenue wise. This is why I'm denying this load. It's not a personal thing. This is just business. The number one piece of advice I can give you guys when it comes to denying loads is keep your emotions out of it. Like, don't bring your emotions into business, like, at all. It does not work. at all. There's a lot of times where Angel will get upset about something. She's like, you need to handle that because I'm about to blow up. And it's just understood. The same thing with me. I'll tell her, I'm losing my mind right now. You need to go take care of this. And we work off of each other that way. So, but guys, don't bring your emotions into it. It's not worth it. It does nothing. None of this is personal. It's not, and I know it's tough hearing this, some of you guys, but it's not all about you. That's just all there is to it. It's not all about me. It's not all about this truck. We're just a small cog in a big clock that's trying to operate, seamlessly with everything. So we're all out here to make money. I love the people who say Prime's garbage because you're just making Rob Lowe money. Guys, I hope we're making Rob Lowe money, because if we're making Rob Lowe money, that means we're making money. The guy I'm sure he didn't start his business to give money out and just hand it away. I mean, it makes sense. Now, like I said, do I agree with everything? No, absolutely not. There's a lot of things about Prime that if you guys decide to come over here and you use DEDWWE as a driver code for your referral on your online application, you will see that you don't like a lot of things here, but you're going to love a lot of things as well. So it's just like any company, guys. Keep an open mind. I think that would be the same thing with Swift or Knight Transportation or CRST or Landstar or Mercer. There's going to be things you love and there's going to be things you hate, guys. That's just life. You're not going to find anywhere that you're going to go where it's just perfect. It might be perfect for you, but it's not going to be perfect. That's all there is to it. So find what works. Keep your goals in mind. I would say if you're thinking about training, do one student from start to finish. PSD to TNT, if you're here at Prime and you're thinking about training, I would do one student, at least one. Like, just try it. See what you like. It might be one of these things that you just don't like. You don't like doing, you don't like sharing your space. You don't have the patience for it. And that's okay. The training's not for everybody, but don't just do it for the money. Do it because you saw some errors in your training and you said, man, I can do better for somebody. Do it because you said, hey, I can give somebody their best foot forward in the industry with their mile one. Do it for that reason first. The money will come. We're all out here to make money. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I don't love the money. I love the money. We're out here to make good money. Okay, you're gonna make good money. But guys, if you're doing it just for the money, you're gonna hate yourself. You're gonna hate what you're doing. You're gonna be miserable, and that negative energy transfers to your trainees. They're gonna be miserable, and 9 times out of 10, you have a high turnover rate. You're not gonna have guys that wanna stay with you. They're gonna be trying to get off your truck. They're gonna be causing problems with you. You're gonna be butting heads. That's the last thing you need in an 8x8 rolling prison cell with 2 guys or 2 females. Either way, you girls that are training, is bad energy and conflict. You don't want that. So we're all adults. You guys, we need to act like adults and we need to work together because we're all trying to do the same thing, make money. That's it. So guys, I hope this video was informative for you. I hope this helped out. And if you got any questions, don't forget to put it down in the comments and tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think that Prime should be charging its lease trainers to the wages for the trainees, or do you think that they should, without a guarantee especially, or do you think that Prime should pick up the trainees' wages and the trainer just, being that they have no guarantee, they should be able to make whatever they can make during the week? So you guys tell me in the comments below. So till the next one, guys, stay driven, stay focused, stay loaded, and stay safe. God bless. Fr8 out.